I created my very own Minecraft End update, and today, I'm going to show you all the cool new features I've added. Stick around until the end of the video if you want to find out how to download this add-on for yourself. Anyways, let's hop right into it. As of right now, the End dimension has no diversity in biomes, so the first major change I made is adding a new biome called the Endelex forest. In this biome, patches of the ground will be covered in Xalium, which is a new type of Nelium. You can find new plants such as Xalium sprouts and Xalix flowers growing out of the Xalium. You can also find Endelex trees growing on top of the Xalium. Endelex trees are a new type of tree that grow in weird spiraling shapes, and are made out of a new type of wood called Endelex logs. You can craft these logs into Endelex planks, which you can then use to craft basic materials with, such as a crafting table, sticks, and even a set of Endelex tools. Endelex tools have the same durability and functionality of regular wooden tools, the only difference is the color of the items. You can also craft an Endelex door and trapdoor using the new planks. The new Endelex trees also have a new type of leaf, called the Endelex leaves. Two new plants can grow off of the Endelex trees, the first of which being Endelex vines. These vines dangle from the trees, and when interacted with, they'll drop a new food source called Endelex berries. You can eat these berries to restore some of your hunger, but you can also make a jam out of them. First, you have to craft a glass jar, and then surround the jar with Endelex berries. The second plant that grows on the Endelex trees is the lotus flower. You can interact with this flower to make it drop the melon it's growing. You can then take that melon and craft it into melon slices to eat. In the Endelex forest, you can also find corrupted blocks, which is a new block inspired from Minecraft dungeons. Whenever you step on this block, you will take a tiny amount of damage. Over time though, that damage can start to add up, so be careful not to step on too many of these blocks. You can also find corrupted plants growing out of the corrupted blocks, which have a really cool animated texture. Whenever you mine one of the corrupted plants, it'll drop corrupted slime, which you can then use to create the corrupted blocks. You can also get the corrupted slime from a new mob that roams around the Endelex forest, the Spectral Jelly. Thanks to this person for suggesting the name. This mob floats around the Endelex forest and is passive towards players. Another new mob that you can find in the Endelex forest is the Endoraptor. This mob sticks in packs of 3 to 4 as it walks around the forest. If one of these mobs senses a player nearby, they will start running after them and trying to kill the player. Once you kill the Endoraptor, it'll drop a claw, which you can then use to craft a claw dagger. The final new mob you can find in the Endelex forest is the Enderwervin. A lot of you recommended this name, so I'm using it. This mob flies around above the trees of this biome and will swoop down like a phantom to attack you. Whenever this mob attacks you, there is a chance that it'll pick you up and try to carry you away. And once it has you high enough in the air, it'll drop you back to the ground. If you manage to kill this mob, it'll drop a Wervin feather. If you craft the Wervin feather with a potion of slow falling, you can get a new item called the Light Feather. Whenever you right click while holding the Light Feather, you will be given slow falling for a short amount of time, which can help tremendously if you get into a tricky situation. While exploring any biome in the End, you can now come across a new block mixed in with the End stone called End Slate. You can mine this block and use it to craft a set of End Slate tools, which act just like stone tools. You can also craft the End Slate into polished End Slate, which can be used as a decorative block. There are also slab versions of both the End Slate and polished End Slate blocks. You can also make a polished version of just regular Endstone as well. And speaking of Endstone, a new ore made up of Endstone can be found in the End, the Dailyite ore. This block can be mined and will drop a piece of Dailyite. You can use the new Dailyite to upgrade your iron armor in a crafting table, giving it a new look and higher protection as well as higher durability. Right now, that is all Dailyite can do. But what other things do you think it should do? Let me know in the comments down below. You can also find a new structure while exploring the End called the Meteorite. These are clusters of obsidian that have fallen from the sky and landed on the End Islands. Not only is this a good way of getting some obsidian, but you also can find some new blocks inside of the meteorites. In some of the meteorites, you can find prism quartz crystals growing on top of the prism quartz crystal blocks. Once mined, the crystal will drop the prism quartz crystal shard. These crystal shards can be used to craft a new type of ender pearl, the prism pearl. These pearls are white and work a little differently than regular ender pearls. When thrown, these pearls aren't affected by gravity, so they will move in a straight line until they run into something. These are honestly just a lot of fun to mess around with, and are a unique spin on the classic ender pearl. The prism quartz crystals aren't the only thing you can find in meteorites though. There is a rare chance that a meteorite will have a Dailyite crystal inside of it, along with Dailyite crystal blocks. You can mine these crystals and take the shards of the crystal and craft a brand new item called the Crystal Apple. This apple is similar to a golden apple, but gives you a different set of effects when consumed. You will receive speed, jump boost, and haste for 30 seconds after eating one of these apples. This adds a little variety from the usual golden apple. While we're on the topic of structures, I've decided to add a variant to the End City called the Overgrown End City. This variant has been covered by the vegetation and wildlife of the Endelex forest, which make exploring it a whole different experience. The mobs from the Endelex forest can also spawn in these overgrown end cities, which can make it very difficult to explore. But while these cities can be a challenge to explore, there is also a new reward that can make it worth exploring. Firstly, there is a rare chance that you can find brand new shulker armor and loot chests inside of the cities. This shulker armor was inspired from the shulker armor you can find in Minecraft dungeons. This armor is extremely rare to find, but you can obtain it another way. If you collect enough shulker shells, you can use those shells to craft the armor yourself. This armor has a really high durability and is even slightly more protective than diamond armor. Another rare piece of loot you can find in these cities is a brand new Minecraft disc called BITTERSWEET. This was designed by DATABAZE, and you can listen to the full song by clicking the link in the description or clicking up in this corner. If you've explored the End recently, you'll know that there are plenty of Endermen that inhabit this dimension, and there is now a very small chance that while you're out exploring, a Luistic Enderman will spawn within the group of other Endermen. And if you thought fighting regular Endermen was hard, then you don't want to mess with these guys. They have double the health as a regular Enderman and do twice the amount of damage. Not only that, but they also give you blindness whenever they attack you, which can make fighting them really hard. If you do manage to kill one of them, they will drop one of the new prism pearls. And that's all that's been added in version 1 of this add-on pack. If you want to see an updated version of this, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to download this add-on pack for yourself, you can click the link in the description and download it that way. And if you want to support my channel and also be able to download the world I showcased in this video and want early access to any future add-on packs, join my Patreon page. Also, I want to give a huge shout out to my development team, Seizing Bonsai 17 and Alpha Xenopete 82. They put in a lot of work with this add-on pack and it wouldn't have been possible without them. And with that, I'll see you all next time.